Hello and welcome to today's Speaker Series Spotlight. My name is Ruben, Austria, Farmers Insurance District 22.
And my name is Bradley Crihfield.
Today we have a very special guest. Very special.
Now, we say that every time, don't get us wrong. But today...
but super special because she's actually part of our production team and she actually makes the Speaker Series Spotlight possible.
Yes. Xin-Min Lai. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us just a little bit about what it is you do and who you are.
Okay. Well, obviously, my name is Xin-Min Lai, and I am officially a web developer. So on the Chamber of Commerce site, you'll see me listed as a web developer. But you guys probably know me from doing a bunch of other little things around the gym and the chamber and things like that. And that's actually how I got involved in the Chamber of Commerce, is actually through my work with other businesses, just because the energy is so high around the chamber here. It's just this was a golden opportunity. Just get involved and really build business the right way.
Is it? Are we a high energy chamber?
Oh,
I think
God.
so.
Yeah?
I think we're high energy.
Yeah, we like that fun.
Higher energy than, I don't know, surrounding chambers?
Well, we won't get it. We want to start a chamber war.
Well, yeah. We don't want to, definitely want to do it. It's the holiday season. Tell us, how did you get into business? Why did you get into business? Obviously, thank you for being part of the chamber, obviously.
Well, I started out actually in computer science. I got my computer science degree long ago, 20 years ago or something like that. Feels like it. And I actually just started building websites on my own just for fun, and then started working for companies doing programming, software development, things like that. But software development for most companies is just kind of staid and boring and things like that. But when you do web development, it's always changing. Mm-hmm. So I just got more and more involved in doing the side projects, doing web development for other people, like friends, family, other, small businesses that I knew. And it just built from there. So then at this point now, it's just full time doing freelance work for small companies and individuals who want to, need a web presence and just don't know where to go.
So transitioning from software development and to web development, why the change? What is it about web development that you really enjoy?
I really like that web development is kind of constantly changing. I mean, there's always new technologies going on, and it really is about building networks and connecting a bunch of people and ideas and stuff together. It's so much more expansive than I would say most software development, especially software companies. They kind of focus on a specific type of software, things like that. But with web development, you get a chance to work on all different kinds of stuff. I mean, I've done things for real estate companies. I've done them for fitness companies. Just a range, whatever I'm interested in, and I get a chance to do it.
And is that, that's much more of a creative thing too, right? So software development's much more like that type A, is that left side of the brain? And then the creative side, I don't know. I saw a meme about it, but so that means it's got to be science. But
it has to be true.
So it's got to be a lot more fun and creative too, like doing the web development. It's so much more dynamic, like you said. Yeah. What kind of companies do you really enjoy working with? Who's your ideal client that you work with?
I love working for the small companies that they're either just starting out in their web presence, or they have an old site and they kind of need it to be refreshed or things like that. I love the companies where the person has a strong vision about who they are and what they want from their own business, because then I can translate that into a website that kind of shows what they really are, instead of just being a cookie cutter thing that you get from any other any other free website system. It's custom. It's the person's mission statement. They're who they are, who their company is, and what they offer that's beyond just everybody else.
Mm-hmm. I actually wanted to ask a question. It's kind of maybe.
Go ahead.
Hopefully it's a good question, but I just noticed that a lot of businesses, small businesses particularly, just have really bad web presence. What's that all about? Please.
that's people generally trying to do things themselves without really understanding what they can get out of a professional who understands the different options that you have. Like most of the time, if you're doing it on your own, you want something free, you want something cheap, you want something fast. But then you're also going on like, what everybody's got. So if you have a pre-built system or something like that, it's just, okay, well, it looks nice. I have the stuff I need. And you don't really consider the option of like, how to brand it for you, how to make it your own thing, like, or even whether you want your website, like your service's website, to be the same as your competitors. I mean, if you offer, customer service to a degree that the others don't, and you kind of want to build that community feel, you're not going to get that from a cookie cutter site. And most people, they're not thinking that far ahead. They're not thinking of it as a representation of their company. It's just something I need, and I just need it done. So if you take that step beyond, then you start getting into a site that's really that really works for you.
I got it. It's kind of like someone who's trying to lose weight on their own or something like that. And
Are you plugging my business for
No,
me?
I'm just trying to, it helps to have
plugging-
professionals. That's all I'm trying to say.
I think you are.
Right?
I think you are.
Right? I mean, it's the holiday season. People
Yeah.
are thinking about losing weight, that's all.
Hey, you are plugging my business.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No, but it's true. I think a lot.
Sweatshop.com.
I think a lot of people end up trying to. I don't know. I mean, you could think of tons of things. People try to sell their house on their own. People try to.
Insurance.
I mean, you name it. People try to do their own insurance. No, I mean, actually, they can't actually. But yeah, no, it's important to have a professional, and you specifically like working with small business owners.
Oh yeah,
right?
I love it. I mean, they're always on the go. I mean, their schedules are crazy. At least all the ones that I've ever seen. They have a lot of ideas, a lot of things that they need to get done.
Oh, you've been talking to Joe Ung again, huh?
Yeah, because you're not like that at all. But yeah, they're like I said, they're high energy. They have a specific goal, a specific vision, and they just want things to get done. But usually when, like, my background is corporate companies, and corporations, they're huge. They have a lot of moving parts that they need to synchronize, and it's kind of slow. It's a little like, everything's done right, but it's done very slow, and you have to wait for a bunch of everybody. You can't just like go get it done. So I love the small business kind of side of things, just get shit done and do what you can.
And there's no worries when it's done right.
Just plug them all around.
Yeah, we might as well plug. Who else we got?
Yeah, we've got a list.
So, I mean, that's actually a great segue, you working with small businesses and everything, because more recently you've gotten a lot more involved in the chamber. Can you tell us just a little bit about why you decided to be a part of the chamber, and what that means to you? I mean, I know we're awesome and everything, we always have fun, but what was your reason for getting more involved?
Well, this chamber, like I said, it's really, active and exciting. It's a very engaging place. And I have a hard time personally, like being outgoing, engaging and things like that, and getting a lot of attention or interest. So being around people like that, it inspires me, it helps me out. And also just the networking alone is just, it's worth the cost that it takes to like be a member. I mean, it's so worth it. It's paid itself off over and over again already within like the first month of joining. So it's a win-win for me. And
But it's also like to that note. It's also not just about being a member, it's about how you act as a member, right? So like it's one of those things where it doesn't do anything magical.
Yeah.
You get out of it what you put into it. It just simply allows an opportunity to take advantage of that stuff,
for
right?
sure. And this is definitely the kind of chamber you need to.
And you've
need to
definitely
step
done
up.
that too.
Yeah, no, kudos
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Definitely
You've
been
helped out.
involved.
You've helped out with the speaker series, like the special events that we've had. I mean, you've done a lot. You've done a lot with
You're there for the networking
podcast,
events.
the networking, and anybody that comes to the events. I mean, I'm sure they've seen you. So I definitely hope that, now they, because sometimes it is hard to have a full on conversation at those events. So hopefully they get the, they learn a little bit about you.
Especially when you're the person hiding behind the scenes, trying, just making sure other things get done. You don't get a lot of time to kind of go out and talk to people necessarily. So.
Right.
Yeah. No,
and you have to hold yourself back when I'm calling people out to do a push-up contest. And you're like, let me in, coach. Let me in.
Yeah, right, because you didn't push me to do that at all.
Well, I think, it's the funny thing is the fact that you're a web developer, it kind of suits your personality because you want to help make sure things run well and they're efficient and they're done well.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's the role that you took on with the chamber. So we really appreciate you for doing that.
Yes.
It's also kind of a behind the scenes thing. Like my job done properly, you don't know that I did it.
Right.
And it's great, but it's terrible for building business. It's like it's my ideal position is that if I did everything right, then people just love what I did. They use it all the time, and nobody knows who I am.
Yeah. No, I totally get it because people expect that you have a good web presence. That it's not like a bonus, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They expect it.
Exactly. And so you want to deliver what people are paying for. You want to deliver what people expect.
How long ago did we meet?
Oh my God, what is it, 7 years or something like that?
So you were much more introverted then than you are now. So you've come a long way in so many different areas.
Progress.
Yeah. So I do think you really transform in one area, you transform in a lot of different areas. So I'm really proud of you for all the transition that you've done, but and also very grateful for all the work that you do both in the chamber and outside the chamber too.
Thank you. That's my goal.
Well, Xin-Min, thank you for the time that you've spent with us. Thank you for all the work that you do at the chamber. I know that Brad appreciates it because
I just said that.
Yeah, he does. Because he just
That's
said
how
that.
he knows.
Because he just said that. We hope that you continue to be, an active participant like you currently are. And
where can people find you? Where can people reach out and get your services?
It's at nearly every speaker series event.
I mean online.
Online, you can find me at nimnix.com.
Might want to spell that.
NIMNIX, which doesn't help much, but yeah. You can try. And you can also email me, nimnix@nimnix.com. I'm very imaginative.
I can probably guess all of your passwords.
Yeah, right. But you can also find me on Facebook. So if you look me up on Facebook,
we'll link it all below too.
So if you go to my Facebook page or whatever, you'll be able to find me there, and it's easy to contact me through Facebook Messenger, things like that. Like I'm always on that,
Yeah, and she'll be the first one to comment on every one of your posts.
You're so nice.
Well, again, thank you. And thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Speaker Series Spotlight. Again, I am Brad Crihfield.
I'm Ruben, Austria.
Make it a great day.
Yeah.
I stole it.